Welcome to the Sean Show. I am Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, the WWE just broke the internet or streaming service, as you should say. Big news on the merger between the WWE and the Peacock Network. What does this mean? Find out now here on the Sean Show. You ready? Let's go. Yes, Vincent Kennedy McMahon and the WWE have done it again. They have created one of the biggest mergers, I think, in the history of professional wrestling. This not only legitimizes professional wrestling, but this also puts it into a different stratosphere. That's right, the WWE is now taking its entire network and is going to be streaming exclusively on the Peacock Network for the viewers in the United States. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Now, if you've been following me for years, you used to have a different moniker, different name. I used to talk about pro wrestling under a different alias. And when I would talk about it, they would bring me onto shows and I would do the business sector of professional wrestling. So I'm going to tell you what this means from a business perspective. Now, business-wise, you got the WWE, and the WWE has basically maximized all of its real estate, meaning that you can only find as many wrestling fans as you can right now. The WWE currently has about 1.6 million people who are subscribed to the WWE Network. Now, I know those numbers kind of bumped up a little bit because they got rid of the free trial. Now, what a lot of people would do, and they would do the same thing similar to Netflix, and Netflix did the same thing, which is get rid of the free trial, is a lot of people would sign up under different email addresses, different IP addresses, and get the free trial for a month, and do this month after month after month, or just for the pay-per-views that they're interested in seeing. They eliminated that. When they eliminated that, they then presented something to the table, which was a free tier of the WWE Network, which I thought was brilliant because you were able to see some information, some things, even if you weren't a WWE subscriber. It's like you're sampling or test driving the car before you actually buy it. I thought that was brilliant. Now, how do we make sense of this from a business perspective of what this merger means? Now, like I said before, there's only so many wrestling fans they can get. They've already changed the tiers of how they actually run their business. They eliminated the free tier. They eliminated the free trial. Well, not the free, reverse that. They eliminated the free trial. They added a free tier, but they kept the price the same. So they were able to get maybe a few 100,000 more people, but you can't really find any more wrestling fans at this point than what you found right now with Fox. The Fox deal. And everyone, me included, thought the Fox deal was good for business because now this puts them on a mainstream perspective. You're watching a football game and then all of a sudden you see an ad for the WWE. You're watching a baseball game and all of a sudden you see an ad for the WWE. So that added more eyes to the SmackDown product. And you also see the advertisements during the sports shows on Fox Sports. But again, this still was missing something. What was it missing? It was missing the capability of being able to take your brand and putting it in the face of brand new individual subscribers every single day. Now, these are not people who are wrestling fans. These are people who are fans of entertainment. And if you're putting an entertainment program on an entertainment platform and it's already free of charge, it's already included. If you're a Peacock member, you already get this. Of course, this is a brilliant business move. Now, like I said, how does this affect? How does this change the wrestling industry? Why is this such a big deal? Well, this makes the WWE in a whole different stratosphere. You know, the whole thing back in the day was about wrestling programs getting a television deal. Back in the day, TNA was about them being on Spike TV. Before that, they were paying to be on Fox Sports I think it was on Saturday. And even before that, they were on pay-per-view every single week. So it's now a big deal to be on the television network. Then you have Impact, who just said, We're not going to try to shop around for a TV deal. We're just going to buy an entire network and just air on that network whatever we want to air, and possibly get licensing deals with other possible promotions in the future to come to our network. So again, the big thing was about these wrestling programs and shows getting on TV. That's what the trend was, I would say, 5 or 6 years ago. Then you fast forward, and now it's no longer about having television exposure. You know, you had the NWA, they were like, we're just going to be on the internet. You have a lot of these indie promotions that say, hey, we're just going to be on the internet. We don't necessarily need TV. So the next step was, okay, if you're really a major player, then we're going to have our own quote unquote network, which Impact tried to do. And I'm sure AEW at some point is going to try to do that as well too, have their own network, maybe buy their own channel even. So you have all of these things that was the standard of what a professional wrestling company could be and should be, which is to get on TV, and if you're really, really good, have a streaming service. Those are the two things that made you legitimate. The WWE has now changed the rules. You're no longer seen as a legitimate company unless you have a major partnership with a major partner, and their partner is NBC. Now, NBC, I have to say, and this is, you know, this is just me talking. Me and you just talk, keep it real. NBC streaming service, I wasn't really interested in it, so to be honest with you. I wasn't, like, they have, what, Discovery, they got, I'm not even gonna name all of them. I know Discovery is like the newest one, right? But NBC, like, what, this is my own personal story, right? I love The Office. I'm an Office fanatic. And I started seeing all these clips pop up on YouTube that were on my recommended for The Office. So I said, you know what? Let me start watching The Office again on the Peacock, because they were on Netflix. That deal expired. They moved over to the Peacock Network. Now, when I come into the Peacock Network, it tells me that I can only see season 1 and season 2 of The Office for free. And I said, well, I'm not finna pay for this. So that turned me off to the Peacock Network, because that was really the only thing I wanted to see. There wasn't really anything else on their programming that I wanted to see. And there's nothing I was willing to pay for to see it, if that makes any sense. So now the game changes. Now you have the WWE there, and I'm going to be forced, as well as every single WWE fan, we're going to be forced to have a Peacock membership. And with the Peacock membership, we're going to be forced, well, we'll still have the WWE. I'd love to see what their interface is going to look like. It's probably going to be way better than what it is now. And now it's pretty impressive. But now we are absolutely positively forced to be a part of the Peacock Network if we want to see WWE pay-per-views. And I think that's great, because now we're dipping into more than just wrestling. Now I feel comfortable paying the $9.99, because now I get to see The Office and possibly explore series that I've never explored before. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does a lot for us here. I love the dialogue that we're having here. It's great. Tell me what you think about this move to the Peacock Network. Are you happy like I'm happy? I'm going to get more bang for our buck. And are you happy that this now means that the WWE has to step their game up? Ooh, I think that's what we'll talk about next here on The Sean Show. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to talk about it. And I'll see you here next time. Peace.